This is the Campark ACT74. It's advertised as a Wi-Fi 4K capable action camera. Very appealing at a $49 price tag. It comes with a carrying case, a couple of basic mounting things, two 900 milliampere batteries. They last about 15 minutes when you're doing 4K video. So you really need several of these things. One of the problems with it is it doesn't have a charger, so you're going to have to stop using your camera and plug the USB cable in to charge this stuff, which takes several hours to do. Now, this camera does have some functions that are offered on the more expensive action camera models from the top 3 manufacturers, such as Wi-Fi. So turning on the Wi-Fi capability here will allow you to download an iPhone or Android app. In this case, we used XDV to control the camera remotely as long as you're within 10 meters at 2.4 gigahertz. Now, the live preview that you see on here isn't too high of quality, but it's enough to see what's going on the screen, which is a nice feature to have. Be real careful too with these waterproof cameras. It's the housing itself that's waterproof, not the unit. So make sure that you don't try to remove the battery or the memory card while this thing is wet. They do include a 30-meter waterproof housing. The ACT74 is about average size. You're looking at about 2.2 inches length here. Most of these budget action cameras are going to be right around this size. You're looking comparably to a GoPro size. This uses the same mounting system as the SJ cameras we've reviewed before, which means you can hop on eBay and get a lot of cheap mounting accessories for this, such as the chest harness and the head mount. Now, the Campark is advertised as 4K capable, but we're not really seeing that on the test that we've done here. We have a lot of compression, artifacts, and interpolation going on. So just beware, especially of the cheaper models that have 4K listed. It's not true 4K. As a matter of fact, we don't even think we're getting 2K out of this. There's a lot of artifacts that you'll see. We have a lot of video footage from surface video and underwater that you're going to be able to see for yourself just how well it performs. The menu itself is pretty easy to operate without diving too deep into the owner's manual. You'll click and hold on the front button to power on the device. Once the device is powered on, you click that button to cycle through the different operating modes, which include the 720 high frame, the 4K mode, review mode, still picture mode, and the menu. When you're in the menu, you'll see the actual gear sprocket pop up, and you can cycle through menu options. It gives you things like white balance, exposure control. You can flip the image, set timeouts, driving mode, format the disk, be careful with that, and do other things like set the time and display a timestamp. Now, this doesn't have optical image stabilization, so the best video that you're going to get out of especially cheap cameras like this is using it in bright daylight and attaching it either to a tripod or putting it on the ground, so you have as little movement as possible. This is also advertised as being able to shoot 2 to 16 megapixel images, but be careful with that as well. That's maximum, and you're obviously not going to get the same quality out of a $49 camera that you would in a $1,000 DSLR. Now, if you don't have a 4K television or computer screen and editing software, you might want to stay away from that for now. But the appeal to this is such a cheap price tag on it. Gives you everything to get started, to get underwater camera video and also stunt camera footage. You can afford to lose a $49 camera. Can you afford to lose a $300 or $400 camera? So this is good to get you started, but don't expect the kind of sharp image quality that you would get out of a DSLR or more expensive action camera. You could see here daytime footage is the best, especially when you're able to attach this to something stable and you have really bright light. Here's an example of nighttime video. So if you're considering buying your first action camera, be sure to read a lot of reviews on them and compare the video itself, the video quality between this and other comparable models. Now, obviously, this is not going to give you the same video quality as a $400 or $500 action camera might, but you can always find a good deal, especially below $100 for a basic action camera. Don't expect it to have true 4K capability though. Thanks for watching, and check out ULTRATechLife.com for more unique science and tech stuff.